Staying in Southern Africa, Malawi's President Lazarus Chakwera has banned himself and his administration from traveling in an effort to save government spending and support the struggling national economy. Following the International Monetary Fund's approval of $175 million loan for the country. This means Chakwera will skip a scheduled attendance at the COP28 climate summit later this month in the UAE. Chakwera also mandated that all cabinet members currently abroad on publicly funded trips promptly return home and ordered a 50% reduction in fuel allowances for senior government officials. Meanwhile, the landlocked nation declared earlier this week that it was devaluing its currency by 44% in an effort to obtain the IMF loan. Now, Mavuto Bamusi, a political analyst, joins me from Blantyre to unpack this latest development. Mavuto, it's nice to have you around.
Thank you so much. So good to be here.
Now, how have Malawians reacted to the news of President Chakwera banning himself and the cabinet from foreign trips? And what were the main reasons behind the citizens' calls for the president to cut his trips?
First of all, this is coming barely a few days after the International Monetary Fund announced that it has extended support to Malawi through an IMF program called Extended Credit Facility. And this is also coming barely a few days after the Central Bank of Malawi announced a massive currency devaluation, 44% devaluation of Malawi currency, the kwacha. Now, the moment Malawi currency was devalued, the mood in Malawi was so dampened. There was a lot of displeasure on the part of the majority Malawians because of the effects of this massive currency devaluation. So price increases, we've seen huge jumps in terms of the price of fuel in Malawi, the price of maize and other basic commodities, electricity, as well as water prices. But then this devaluation coming back on the heels of an announcement by the International Monetary Fund. And then that's when we have seen President Chakwera announcing austerity measures, one of which is what you have highlighted, and that is an announcement that the president has suspended all the international travel that he would have undertaken, including the trip that the President Chakwera would have undertaken to travel to the COP28, the climate summit, the COP28. He says he's not going to do that. However, the general feeling out there is that this is coming too little, too late, because Malawi's economy is already in the doldrums. For the past 3 years, President Chakwera has been in office. He has traveled 49 times within a short space of 3 years, blowing a lot of forex, United States dollars, at a time Malawi's economy is suffering acute shortage of foreign currency. At the same time, when Malawi's economy is suffering an acute trade deficit, but also a misalignment between monetary policy and economic policy. This, just for reminders, also is an economy that is suffering huge effects of corruption that is happening. So a combined effects of the political activities in Malawi, as well as the economic challenges, simply dampens this particular mood, in that although the austerity measures have been announced, but they are coming too little, too late, when a lot of economic mess has already taken place.
Okay, two things, Mavuto. Does it now mean that his current resolve to cut his trips and focus on his country would not in any way improve the Malawian economy? Then two, looking at the trips that embarked upon, is it that those trips had nothing to do with the growth and development of the country?
Well, because what is happening is to simply stabilize the economy. So it's macroeconomic stabilization, as always advised by the IMF. But in terms of the actual solutions which can grow Malawi economy and ensure that Malawi moves forward, President Chakwera has fallen short in terms of announcing those measures. So a number of observers, including myself, would have expected that a full package of economic recovery plan should now be announced instead of just stabilizing the economy. Now, to be practical here, for example, what I mean is that Malawi's trade deficit is always in the red, in the negatives. So the import bill is always huge compared to the export bill. The question is, what exactly results into this trade imbalance? And one answer is that it is because Malawi's economy is not producing. The economy is largely consumption in nature.
Okay.
And on top of that, Malawi is sitting on a huge public debt bill, which is actually choking further any prospects for economic productivity. So these are the areas which President Chakwera, I think, should be pouncing on instead of just cherishing the IMF loan, because it is a loan. It has got its effects. The IMF programs have had on record
Okay.
have impacted a lot of suffering on the majority of poor Malawians.
Well, we still hope that there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel that might come to Malawi and Malawians, even as these particular amounts would be gotten from the IMF. Thank you so much, Mavuto Bamusi, for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.